FNAF lore is complex, very complex. But even in the goofy lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, some things are easily solved with the common sense. But people have effectively ignored common sense. One example of this is the character of Elizabeth Afton. There's 3 reasons as to why people think she's a bratty evil working for William. She unknowingly walked up to Circus Baby and got killed, which apparently is why she's bratty. She tricked Mike into getting scooped, and she tries to make William proud in FNAF 6. Let me disprove all of these points and tell you the truth. Number 1. Elizabeth was perfectly normal for walking up to Circus Baby. Children of that age are already not very loyal, and it was the 80s, so it's more exaggerated. It's on William. He should have told her the truth or did more to keep Baby away from her. Elizabeth isn't evil for scooping Mike, just human, you know. She and the other fun times were trapped in that solitary bunker for weeks or maybe even years according to some theories. They want freedom. So let's analyze their behaviors throughout the game to see the story they tell. The other fun times wanted to kill Mike right up, rip his insides out, combine into an inert and use him as a skin suit. Elizabeth wanted to scoop him, which was a more clean and accusable process. On night 2, she does say she doesn't recognize Mike, but on night 3, when Mike Dodge's funtime foxing gets knocked out, Circus Baby gets the chance to get a closer look at the new guy, hence she calls him dummy and jokes around a bit in night 4. And let's be honest, would you call someone a dummy and joke around if you were trying to manipulate them? No. She now might have known that this is her big brother, and he isn't gonna leave anyway. But she still needs to scoop him. It's one life taken for the freedom of 4. But at the end of it, Mike still survives and is immortal too, and Elizabeth herself motivates Mike to stay determined and will himself up. All this might have been why she got expelled out of Ennard. The others realized it was her idea to let the skin suit expiring. Number 3. You guys do know that a lot of people in this franchise are insane? The MCI attacked because they got insane in their spiral for revenge. But Elizabeth doesn't have any revenge to take, so why does she act insane in FNAF 6? Well, my theory is that from 1987 to 1993 or the 90s, she wandered around and eventually deactivated after going insane and woke up in 2023 before getting manipulated by William Afton, the one she hates, into trying to make him proud. So, why? I mean, why are people like this? Well, it all comes down to one thing: importance. People defend Mike because he is important, not to the story but to the fans, as simp-magnet and when the FNAF movie 2 portrayed him as evil, people came out with countless theories as to why he's actually not evil, or being controlled. Elizabeth, however, no one cares not much in that sense, so people do the most basic thing and move on. That's what it's like. It doesn't matter if a character is a main character, it just matters if they're important to the fans. So, where did this misconception even come from? And where do all of these misconceptions come from, really? Well, yeah, we have importance, but that's just one source. There's also a great deal of RNG. If some goofball makes some cringe fanfic, AU, gotcha stuff, I don't know what that shit is, oversimplified hot takes, or literally anything concerning a slightly less important character, and it goes viral, people crawl to it like cavemen tasting pizza for the first time and defend it with their life. Because, well, humans are wired to fit in and follow the socially big people, and there's a lack of information. If the storyteller doesn't give the fans spelled out statements, they'll ignore clues and make up stuff. This is especially more common with FNAF because, well, it's FNAF. People look from a chaotic angle. I look from a chaotic angle. A chaotic storytelling angle, which is how I've somehow conjured up this script. Anyway. So, who does get it right? Anyone else in the fandom? Well, the truth is, a lot of people actually. So many people are there in the dark, just not speaking up. Can't blame them though. A lot of them probably do at least try, but they get buried from the algorithm. So, anyone in the big leagues? Cricket noise. Yes, actually. One example is Markiplier. In his playthrough of UCN, he was quickly able to learn that we play as William Afton in a fake hell, purely from storytelling vibes and dialogue and scenery. Another is the Living Tombstone. Their FNAF songs capture the emotion of FNAF lore really well. So much that some of the lyrics correlate to the canon lore, still holding up till today, which is something I haven't seen others do. Stuff like, it's like there's so much more, baby, you've been this place before. Die in a fire, I have to search to kill ensure that I'm alive, made your mistakes and make me hurt. So, yeah, personally, I'd like to say, holy shit, I just learned that I don't actually have to trim every single dead space and can make it human. I'm not sure if this video is gonna flatline like the others. I have no hope. I'm just doing it out of some faith that I'll learn and go big. Genuinely big. But whatever. Oh, and subscribe so I can reach 100 before January 17th, 7:33 a.m.